In recent years, seasonal Halloween events have become one of the most profitable parts of the amusement park industry. Cedar Fair parks like Cedar Point and Kings Island have long marketed their Halloween events as must-see seasonal events, drawing both thrill seekers and families with elaborate mazes, scare zones, and of course live entertainment. These experiences were always included with park admission, or of course, your season pass. However, in August 2025, both Cedar Point and Kings Island and all of the Six Flags parks have shifted their pricing strategies dramatically, which has caused some frustration among long-term fans and raised questions about how far this dynamic pricing will go. Welcome back to Ghoster Coasters, everybody, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, or who knows, maybe your coaster counts will get erased. I don't really know. I'm just saying, guys. And of course, a huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members. We couldn't do it without all of you guys. Thanks for being a part of the best community out there. Now, let's get into these haunt passes. When Cedar Point first released its haunt pass add-on earlier this month, prices were a lot lower than what would come. Guests could purchase a pass for, I believe it was $59 or $69 for the express pass, which seemed expensive compared to past years, but it was still within reason given the popularity of the event and the new Conjuring house. Kings Island debuted its haunt pass at $59. Yet, just within this week, both parks have made quiet changes overnight. Cedar Point increased the haunt pass to $89 yesterday on August 19th. While Kings Island leapt from $59 to $75 overnight that same day. The following evening, and then today on August 20th, Cedar Point and Kings Island prices have spiked again, this time up to $99. This happened when people went to go buy their Haunt Express passes, and then they saw a little sold out button at the bottom there, and then the next day they'd be reintroduced at a higher rate. This type of dynamic pricing, kind of like airline and concert ticket models, it shows where demand and timing kind of dictate what the customers are going to pay for. I don't necessarily agree with it, and for many park fans it kind of feels like a bait and switch here. Guests planning trips around these events had very little warning that the prices would climb within the last few days, let alone be an event that was a ticketed event and an add-on now too. And the passes were marketed last season as including mazes and haunts for 2024 and 2025. Seen plenty of people talking about this online who don't visit the parks a ton and aren't enthusiasts, or just families who go, Facebook posts and all this other stuff. So out of nowhere, after poor in-park spending on the earnings report and a CEO stepping down now, while the board got 4 new members throughout June and July with no ties to Cedar Fair, the haunt now has prices and tiers. Seasonal events like Halloween Haunt have become less about adding value for pass holders and more about additional revenue streams, and it directly correlates to their latest earning reports. It seems like the parks are kind of testing how much guests are willing to pay for the fear and exclusivity of some of these events and haunted houses. While it may succeed in the short term, there are definitely risks. Long-term visitors may not feel like it's, giving them the value it used to. In comparisons to competitor parks like Universal's Hollywood Horror Nights, it's not always going to favor Cedar Fair's approach. When, let's be real, we're not sure that they can even match that, let alone if they'll even try to do that. Many pass holders who expected haunt mazes to be included with their passes now face the choice of paying nearly $100 extra for the all-season, skipping one of the park's signature seasonal events if they don't, type of pass, and that's just as much as your gold pass for the whole season. The price hikes at Cedar Point and Kings Island kind of show the new reality of seasonal events in the amusement park industry. Guests aren't just paying for their thrills, but they are paying for access too. The leap from $59 to $99 at Kings Island in just 2 days, along with Cedar Point's similar increases, just shows a turning point in how these parks are going to manage these seasonal offerings. Whether this strategy results in greater profits and a better event, or diminished goodwill, remains to be unseen. But one thing is certain: the cost of fear at the parks has never been higher. Let me know what you guys think down below. How are you feeling about all these seasonal haunt events and the upcharges? If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. A huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members. Again, we couldn't do this without you guys. Thanks for all the support, hanging out with us at the parks, giving us great ideas. And of course, as always, thank you for being a part of our spooky community and for coaster ghosting with Ghoster Coasters. How we feeling about the haunts, everybody?